Let's get real for a second. Being a student is hard. Countless nights awake, writing papers, solving equations, countless assignments, countless exams, too much stress, not enough coffee, debt, having no time for friends or extracurricular activities. It's a hard time. But what's the reward at the end of it? A job. A nice, cushy job with health benefits, rewarding work, and most importantly, a big fat paycheck to pay off all those years of student loans and binge drinking. Now, when I began to consider my long-term goals, I made a chart. In one column, I put things that I enjoyed doing with my time. In the other, I put things that'll make me money. So, being born and raised in an oil-driven city, I figured geology would be a good way to go, considering our oil-driven economy. Well, that was up until a few months ago, when once again, our oil prices started to plummet, which made me think, well, this is going to be good for my wallet, but am I going to have a job at the end of this? So, that got me started to think, is our treatment of our environment going to do the economy and me and future generations any good? Will I have a job? Will my kids have a job? I contemplated this for a while and came up with a couple general questions. First, how is the population growth rate going to increase? Second, how are humans affecting the biochemical cycles? And third, are humans exhausting our resources at an unsustainable rate, leaving our future generations to clean up the mess? And lastly, is technology going to save us? Alright, so I have a couple videos for you to enjoy, and they'll explain these questions further. The Earth's population is always growing, kind of like this pile of beanbag chairs. Well, there's 7 billion people on the Earth now, as of 2011. That means that it's 8:30 in the library, and all the computers are taken. Woo! By 2050, there's going to be 9 billion people on the planet. That means we need more beanbag chairs. These things are comfortable. But in all seriousness, every minute 267 people are born and 108 people die. That's a net increase by 159 people per day. That's a lot of people. Resources, our economy cannot be sustained for much longer. At our current rate, disaster is inevitable, and we will be wondering, what can we do to prevent this? Did you know? Our most used resources are water, oil, natural gas, phosphorus, and coal, and natural earth elements. In 2025, 1.8 billion people will be living in a country or region with absolute water scarcity. There's only enough oil to last 46.2 years. There's only enough natural gas to last 58.6 years. Phosphorus is said to run out in 50 to 100 years, and there's only 188 years of coal left.
Humans have drastically altered the biogeochemical cycles. Human activity can lead to the acceleration of the carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur cycles. Through the burning of fossil fuels, land coverage changes, cement production, and the production and utilization of fertilizers, these all have major impacts on these cycles. The carbon cycle is known to be important for the heat balance of Earth. The gas carbon dioxide plays a role in allowing UV light from the sun in while ensuring that infrared light emitted by Earth cannot escape. However, due to human activity, there has been a 40% increase in the atmospheric CO2 levels compared to pre-industrial levels. Therefore, by having more of this heat-trapping greenhouse gas available, the climate is slowly increasing. Ultimately, due to human activity and the altering of these cycles, It is likely we will experience climate change, decreased biodiversity, vulnerability of food security and water quality, as well as impacts on human health.
And with that, we've concluded that the Earth is full. Full of us, full of our stuff, full of our demands, and full of our waste.
Excuse me.
Yes?
What about those who believe that technology and human initiative are going to fix everything before we hit an environmental crisis?
Well, I have a short video for that too.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't think technology is going to get us out of this one. Well, at least not before disaster strikes. Technology is all well and good, but there's a few problems that need to be addressed. Technology is often expensive to create and often expensive to run, and it also requires resources that we're already using enough of. It also creates a lot of waste. It's not going anywhere. For example, Peter Diamandis talked about the amazing water purifier that can cleanse anything from salt water to sewage. But what he failed to mention is the fact that it's very expensive to run, it requires a lot of energy, and what are we supposed to do with all the waste that comes out of the water? That's not easy to get rid of. With this in mind, do you truly believe the Earth is in abundance, and human initiative and technology will knock down this problem like all the other ones before? Or maybe the Earth is full, and in 50 years from now, when we've reached our limit and our society's in collapse, you can ask yourself, could I have prevented this from happening to me and to the future generations?